Hello friends, so far now we have dealt with the problems of testing and hypothesis about parameter. Such tests which deal with the parameter of the population are called as parametric test. On the other hand, tests which do not deal with the parameter are called as non-parametric test. One such test which we are going to study is chi-square test, denoted by this symbol chi-square test and pronounced as chi-square test. So let us see what is meant by chi-square test. Right? Suppose we are given a die. You know that a die contains 6 faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and we want to know whether the die is unbiased or biased, right? और suppose एक कॉलरा एपिडेमिक, और अगर आज के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में देखा जाए तो COVID-19 epidemic, we inoculate a group and we want to know whether the inoculation is effective in preventing the attack of cholera or not. In such situations, chi-square test is used to test the hypothesis. For example, the die is not biased, or the inoculation is not effective. Chi-square is calculated on the assumption of a status quo. Status quo means that there is no change. To test such a hypothesis, we toss the die for say 138 times or say 100 times. To test such a hypothesis, we toss the die say 100 times and observe how many times we get, and observe how many times we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The number of how many times we get 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 is called as observed frequencies. It is denoted by O. Right? We can calculate the expected frequencies of the expected frequencies. We can calculate the expected frequencies of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 100 tosses. These are called as expected frequencies. And it is denoted by E. Right? Then we find the value of chi-square from the following formula. The statistic chi-square, pronounced as chi-square, and first used by Carl Pearson's is defined by, I hope you remember Carl Pearson's correlation coefficient. This is that Carl Pearson. He has defined the chi-square by this formula. Chi-square is given by summation observed frequency minus expected frequency square divided by expected frequency. The summation of O minus E whole square divided by E, where you already know that O represent observed frequency, E represent expected frequency. This is the formula of chi-square distribution or chi-square test. Right? We calculate expected frequency on certain assumptions. We calculate expected frequencies on certain assumptions. There are few assumptions, certain assumptions. They are, first, that the coin or die is unbiased. The coin or die is unbiased. Second, that there is no association between the attributes. No association between the attributes. Third, the accident occur evenly on all days. Accidents occur evenly on all days. Fourth, error occur evenly on all page. Evenly on all pages. ये सब assumptions है, ये सब हम फिक्स करके ही आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, राइट? कि इसी से हम लोग एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रीक्वेंसी इन assumptions पे ही आगे बढ़ेंगे. The events occur in the given ratio. Occur in the given ratio. Sixth, the events occur according to the given distribution. That is binomial, Poisson and normal. And normal. This is called testing goodness of fit. This is called testing goodness of fit. Goodness of fit, right? Now, if the calculated value of chi-square, you can denote if calculated value of chi-square is greater than table value, then we conclude that the difference between, this implies that the difference between the observed value and expected value, the observed value and expected value observed values and expected frequencies is significant, and the hypothesis is rejected and hypothesis is rejected. On the other hand, this is your first point. If ये reverse हो जाता है, that if calculated value of chi-square is less than table value, then this implies that the difference between the observed values, the difference between the observed values and expected frequencies is not significant, and the hypothesis is accepted. Hypothesis is accepted, right? One important note, that the value of chi-square will be 0, is equal to 0 if the observed and expected frequencies coincides, मतलब इक्वल हो जाती है, coincides. Also, this is first note. Second, that the value of chi-square is always positive. And third one, as observed frequency depart, this is not important. इतना भी समझ में आ गया कि chi square की वैल्यू 0 होगी अगर ऑब्जर्व फ्रीक्वेंसी एंड एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रीक्वेंसी अगर इक्वल हो जाते हैं. एंड नेक्स्ट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ chi square इज ऑलवेज पॉजिटिव, राइट. नेक्स्ट इज कंटिजेंसी, हाउ टू make the contingency table or analysis of contingency table. Analysis of R into C table, also known as contingency table. अब यहाँ पे सिंपल सी बातें हैं, वो समझनी है आपको. सिर्फ chi-square criterion is based on observed frequency and expected frequencies. Assuming that there is no association between given attributes, we calculate expected frequencies in each cell. क्या कर रहे हैं हम लोग? We are assuming that there is no association between, assuming that there is no association between the given attributes we calculate frequencies in each cell. And this frequency is called as expected frequency of the cell. we denote the given frequency called observed frequency of ij, observed frequency of ijth cell by Oij, and expected frequency of ijth cell by Eij. These are the notations. अगर आप फर्स्ट रो 1 सेल का जो है ऑब्जर्व फ्रीक्वेंसी नोट डिनोट कर रहे हैं या फाइंड कर रहे हैं तो इट विल बी रिटन एज O11. अगर आप फर्स्ट 1/2 सेल का कर रहे हैं तो O12 हो जाएगा. वही उसी तरह से एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ 1/3 या 1/3 cell will be denoted by E13, right? And likewise, if the table giving the observed frequency of two attributes has, if table has R rows and C columns, if the table giving the observed frequency of two attribute has R rows and C columns, then there will be R into C cells in the table. ये तो obvious है. That table, such a table is called contingency table. Such a table is called contingency table. If A1, A2, so on AN or AR are total R rows, and B1, B2 up to BC are total C columns obtained from given frequencies, then expected frequency of ijth cell is given by the following formula denoted by Eij is given by AI into Bj divided by capital N, right? That is, अगर आपको find out करनी है expected frequency of the cell 1 then it will be nothing but A1 into B1 divided by capital N. अगर आपको find out करनी है E13 की तो फॉर्मूला होगा A1 into B3 divided by capital N and so on, right? The statistic chi-square is defined by is now defined by chi-square is equal to summation Oij minus Eij divided by Eij whole square with R minus 1 into C minus 1 degrees of freedom. राइट। लेट अस से एक टेबल आपको बता देता हूँ ड्रॉ करने का, कैसे ड्रॉ करेंगे हम लोग। तो पेज नंबर 17, let us say this will be a table राइट। तो यहाँ पे जो आपका फर्स्ट 1 सेल होगा उसका एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रीक्वेंसी होगा A1 इंटू B1 डिवाइडेड बाय कैपिटल N। सेकेंड जो है आपका 1 सेल, उसका एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रीक्वेंसी के लिए फॉर्मूला होगा A1 इंटू B2 डिवाइडेड बाय कैपिटल N। जो आपका ijth सेल होगा यहाँ पे कहीं, लेट्स से यहाँ पे, तो उसका फॉर्मूला होगा AI इंटू BJ डिवाइडेड बाय कैपिटल N। लास्टली यहाँ पे टोटल आप फाइंड आउट करेंगे यहाँ पे, और यहाँ पे भी टोटल होगा, राइट। तो ये यहाँ पे जो टोटल होगा वो ए वैल्यूज का टोटल होगा, दैट विल बी डिनोटेड बाय B1 B2 सो ऑन। यहाँ पे जो टोटल होगा वो होगा BJ, देन यहाँ पे होगा BC, और यहाँ पे इस रो का टोटल होगा, यहाँ पे इस कॉलम का टोटल, यहाँ पे इस रो का टोटल डिनोटेड बाय A1 A2 सो ऑन। यहाँ पे इस रो का टोटल होगा AJ सो ऑन, लास्टली AR, और जब इसका और इसका टोटल होगा वो होगा कैपिटल N, राइट। अगेन इफ कैलकुलेटेड वैल्यू, इफ chi स्क्वायर कैलकुलेटेड इज लेस देन टेबल वैल्यू, हमने लास्ट टॉपिक्स में इसको क्रिटिकल वैल्यू भी बोला था, टेबल वैल्यू, देन this will imply that the hypothesis that there is no association between the attributes is accepted, right। नेक्स्ट कंसेप्ट है पेज नंबर 18, डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम। ये हमने देखा था टी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में भी कि अगर आपके पास जो है लेट्स से वी हैव टू चूज 3 नंबर्स, हमने देखा था कि 3 नंबर्स आपको चूज करने जिसका सम आपका जो है वो 15 या 12 होना चाहिए, ऐसा एक एग्जांपल दिया था। तो उसमें कितने वैल्यूज हम लोग कितने वैल्यूज जो है वो फ्री वैल्यूज है। सो हमने देखा था कि अगर आपको 3 वैल्यू चूज करने हैं ना, आपको तीनों का सम जो है वो 12 आना चाहिए, तो आप मैक्सिमम 2 वैल्यूज जो है वो अपने चॉइस से चूज कर सकते हो। जो थर्ड वैल्यू होगी दैट विल बी 12 माइनस द सम ऑफ फर्स्ट 2 वैल्यूज, राइट। सो यहाँ पे भी अगर मैं एक एग्जांपल लेता हूँ तो क्या होगा कि इफ वी वांट टू फाइंड, वी हैव टू चूज इफ the next topic is degrees of freedom. If we want to find, or we have to choose, if we want to choose 3 numbers or say 5 numbers, चलो ठीक है 5 numbers लेते हैं, 5 numbers whose sum is 50, whose sum is 50, right? In this case we cannot take all 5 numbers arbitrarily. We cannot choose all 5 numbers arbitrarily. because of the restrictions. We can choose 4 numbers arbitrarily, and the last number and the fifth number will have to be 50 minus sum of first 4 numbers, right? This is the formula, and thus the degrees of freedom are, in this case, this implies the degrees of freedom here is 4. आप 4 ही नंबर्स जो है वो अपने चॉइस से कर सकते हो and not 5, right? If more restrictions are placed on the choice of number, the degrees of freedom will be less. अगर आप जितना ज़्यादा restrictions place करेंगे on the choice of number, the degrees of freedom will be less. In general, if there are n numbers to be chosen and k independent constraints, then the degrees of freedom denoted by df are given by df is equal to n minus k, right? इस केस में क्या हो रहा है, अब हम आते हैं, ये तो हुआ नॉर्मल जनरल कंसेप्ट ऑफ डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम. अब इस केस में फॉर काई स्क्वायर क्या हो रहा है कि इफ द टेबल हैज r rows and c columns, then each row, तो आपको पता है कि हर एक रो में कितने each row can select, then each row can select not c but c minus 1 elements and each column can select not total r but r minus 1 elements freely. लेकिन जो लास्ट होगा वो टोटल में से माइनस होगा. लास्ट जो नंबर होगा वो जो पहले के r माइनस 1 एलिमेंट्स है उसमें से टोटल में से इसको r माइनस 1 को हम लोग सब्ट्रैक्ट करेंगे, जो नंबर मिलेगा दैट विल बी द लास्ट एलिमेंट, राइट? This means for each row we have c minus 1 degrees of freedom, and for each column we have r minus 1 degrees of freedom, and hence the whole table will have c minus 1 into r minus 1 degrees of freedom. This means for each row we have c minus 1 degrees of freedom and for each column we have r minus 1 degrees of freedom. Hence for the whole table we have r minus 1 into c minus 1 degrees of freedom. जैसे हमने टी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन में देखा था n minus 1 degrees of freedom, यहाँ पे r minus 1 into c minus 1 degrees of freedom. राइट। सो अगर यहाँ पे अगर आपके पास जो है 3 रोज एंड 3 कॉलम्स का जो है टेबल है, तो आपका डिग्रीज ऑफ फ्रीडम क्या होगा? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ देर आर 3 rows and 3 columns, then degrees of freedom will be according to this formula. 3 rows means 3 minus 1 into 3 minus 1 columns, that will be 2 into 2. So 4 degrees of freedom आपको मिलेंगे, and likewise, right? All right.